Okay, our final function calculates how many months it takes to double it. So if you look at how it's returning something, that is a string. Okay? So the most important thing is if you mess up, if you say decimal number right now and you code everything, you're going to have, it won't let you return a string. So we'll call that double that money. Okay? And you need to ask for basically just rate. So we have a variable that's a decimal number for rate. And we ask for what is the rate. So it'll return 72 divided by R in the format of this. Okay? So if we return at, now if the rate was 0.045 and it should return 4.5, we're going to need to do a calculation. So if we do rate, we also need to do a math multiplication by 100. So we can test this first part by having our bearer say the function of double that money. So if you said 0.044, it should say, well, 4.39, and there's some error with that, but that's fine, okay? So if you said 0.05, it'll say at 5. Now we need to continue. Percent, it'll take a certain amount of years. So be careful. This triangle is a number. This is a number. This last one is a string. It's the string where we want to take that string plus this text. So at 5%, it'll take, now we have to calculate the years. Okay? To calculate the years, we need to calculate 72 divided by R. So we can have, probably the easiest way of doing it is making a variable for years. Okay? So years is 72 divided by the rate. Okay? And that tells you actually the months. So to convert that to years, we need to, and be careful, you want to calculate all of that math multiplied by 12. So 72 divided by rate tells you months. Converting this to years, and you could round it if you want to. Okay, but let's see what happens here. So it'll take plus a decimal number, years, and then we need to tack on the text string years at the end. Okay, so this, as of right now, isn't doing our if statement. If we said 0.05, it'll take a lot of years. Oh, and I apologize about my calculation. If this is in months, and we want to calculate years, I apologize, it's division. I apologize. Because 36 months is 3 years. So 36 divided by 12. So if the rate's 0.05, it'll take 120 years to double our monies. Okay? If the rate is like 10%, it doesn't even take a full year. Okay? Actually, no, sorry. When I type in 10, that's not 10%. That's actually 10 times 10. That's 100%. Okay? So, the last thing you have to do on this is if the rate is unacceptable. So, before we actually even do this year's calculation, if the rate is less than or equal to 0, that is 20, we can return the rate is unacceptable. Otherwise, we can do the calculation and return that final answer.